Okay, in our today's topic, we look at calculating with standard form, and the learning objective is to calculate using numbers in standard form, and these are the key words we have. So before we embark on this, students must understand how to write ordinary numbers in standard form and how to convert numbers in standard form to ordinary form. This was the last lesson we treated. Okay, let's do some couple of examples. Here we asked to work this out, giving your answers in standard form. So before we can work this out, we have to look at what we call the indices. In indices number, we note that if we have a raised to power x multiplied by a raised to power y, that this simply means since the base are the same, we add the power. A raised to power x plus y. What I mean by that is, if I have 2 raised to power 5 times 2 raised to power 3, this will simply gives me 2 raised to power 5 plus 3, which is 2 raised to power 8. Okay. In the same way, if we have a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y, that this means what? A raised to power x minus y, which if I have 2 raised to power 5 divided by 2 raised to power 3, that this means 2 raised to power 5 minus 3, which gives us 2 raised to power 2. Okay, these are the indices. So we are going to use it in solving questions in standard form. Now look at this question. Here it says, work this out. 3.2 times this and this also, they are in standard form. So what I have to do here is to bring the numbers together. I will have this multiplied by this. Since I'm multiplying, that gives me 3.2 multiplied by we have 4.5. okay, then I'll bring out the 10. We have 10 power 6 multiplied by 10 power minus 2. So in this case, if I have 3.2 multiplied by 4.5, we have that to be what? 14.4. So this gives me 14.4 multiplied by, now in this one, since the base are the same, I will add the power 6 plus minus 2. Okay, and the 6 plus minus 2 means 6 minus 2, because plus minus is minus, and that gives me what? The power will give me what? 4. Okay, so we have this to be 14.4 times 10 raised to power what? 4. But you note that we said that in this, that in standard form, that the number must be a number between 1 to what? 9. So the whole number there must be a number between 1 to 9. Then I'm not going to leave this because this is greater than 9. So what I have to do is to shift 1 here. If I shift this point here, I'm going to add 1 to the power. See that? So if I shift this to 1 point, I will now have this to be 1.44 times 10 raised to power what? 5. That is, I added 1 here because I shifted the decimal point to this side. Okay, so this is how we solve it, and this is the standard form. Now in the B part also, since I'm having division, what I have to do is to divide this. I'll have this to be 8.4 divided by 4. Okay, then times 10 raised to power 5 minus 3, minus because it's what? Is division. So let's check 8.4 divided by 4, we have that to be what? 2.1. Okay, so this gives me what? 2.1 times 10 raised to the power 5 minus 3 is 2. Now this is also the answer. Okay, now let's look at this also. If I want to solve this, I have to note that if we have a raised to the power x all bracket y, that this means what? A raised to the power x times y. That is, if I have 2 raised to the power 5 all bracket 3, this means 2 raised to the power 5 times 3, and that gives me what? 2 raised to the power what? 15. Okay, now let's look at this. Now in this case, if I have this, now what I have this now to be, I will have this to be what? 5.3 times 10 raised to the power 5 all power 2. So this will now give us what? This will now give us what? We have this to be, and this will be 5.3 raised to the power 2 and 10 raised to the power 5 multiplied by 2. Understand? Because if we are considering two numbers, if I have a, b, all power x, that means that we have this to be a power x and b power x. Okay, and if I have this to be 2 times 3, okay, let me say 2 times 3 power this, all raised to the power 3, this will give me what? 2 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 6, that is 2 times 3, and this will now give me what? So expand this, and that's what we have. Okay, now in that case, we have this to be 5.3 raised to the power 2, have that to be what? 5.3 power 2, that's squared, will give us what? 28.09 times 10 raised to the power, this is what? 10. Okay, now I'm not going to leave it because 28 is greater than 10. Okay, so I will take this decimal point, shift it to this, and add 1 here. Okay, so this gives us what? 2.809 times 10 raised to the power what? 11. Okay, so this gives us the answer. Now I'm coming to this also. If you're asked to solve this, in this case, I'm going to divide this, because since it's a square root, I'm going to divide this by, find the square root of this and divide this by 2. What I mean by it, I have to find the square root, look for the square root of 8.3, whatever I have also, then this one I'll divide this by 2. Okay, because it's a square root. Now, the square root of 8.3 square root gives us what? That gives us 2.88, approximately 2.88. So we have this to be 2.88 times 10 raised to the power what? 4. So this is how we solve the problem. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.